At his peak, Lionel Messi wasn't just unplayable. He was unthinkable. A man not bound by the laws of logic or even physics. What he did on a football pitch defied explanation. And yet, what if I told you he didn't peak once? Not even twice. Lionel Messi reached 4 different primes. 4 separate evolutions. Each time, becoming something football had never seen before. This is not the story of one golden season. This is the story of a man who ruled 4 different eras of football. Who mastered them. And who, in doing so, may have completed the game. It's 2008. Barcelona is in chaos. The dressing room is fractured. Ronaldinho is fading. Deco is disillusioned. Then, a gamble. A promotion. Pep Guardiola, fresh from the B team, takes charge. First move? Out with the stars. No replacements from outside. Instead, Pep turns to La Masia. And at the center of his plan, Lionel Messi. Early turbulence sees them lose to Numancia. But then it clicks, and clicks hard. Barcelona go on a 21-match unbeaten run. Messi, still playing on the right wing, is sensational. But Pep had a theory. A bold one. What if Messi didn't stay wide? What if he was the striker, but not a striker at all? In a Clásico at the Bernabeu, Pep pulls the trigger. Messi, false 9. He drops into midfield, dragging defenders out of position. Xavi and Iniesta play into the chaos. The result? Carnage. Barcelona win the treble. Messi finishes with 38 goals, 19 assists. His top scorer in the Champions League. And suddenly, football has changed. By 2009-10, Messi is lethal. 47 goals. 12 assists. For against Arsenal. Hat-tricks in La Liga. He's not just adapting. He's rewriting his own limits. 2010-11 Barcelona. A team many still call the greatest club side ever assembled. But this wasn't just dominance. This was symphony. A system choreographed like a ballet. And Messi? He was the composer and the soloist. Still deployed in the false 9 role, Messi evolved again. He didn't just score. He orchestrated. Every movement from Barcelona's midfield trio, Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, was synced with Messi's positioning. He would drop into midfield, receive the ball, glide past 2 defenders. And either thread a killer pass, or finish it himself. The thing is, you couldn't stop him. Man marking failed. Zone marking failed. High lines were suicide. Low blocks were shredded. That 5-0 destruction of Real Madrid wasn't just a win, it was a declaration. Mourinho's ultra-defensive setup was dismantled. Messi didn't score, and yet was the best player on the pitch. 2 assists. Countless openings. He turned the game into a masterclass in manipulation. Then came the 2011 Champions League final at Wembley. Barcelona faced Manchester United, one of the most successful clubs of the era. Sir Alex Ferguson had a plan. It didn't matter. Messi scored a screamer from outside the box. United's midfield was overwhelmed. Barcelona completed nearly 700 passes. Manchester United, champions of England, barely got near the ball. Rio Ferdinand would later confess. It's the only time in my career where I thought, we can't do anything. Messi ended that season with 53 goals. But it was more than the numbers. It was his control. His intelligence. His invisibility, always in space. Messi didn't just play the game. He conducted it. But as dominant as he wasn't done shocking the world. 91 goals. In one calendar year. Let that sink in. 91 goals. 13 in the Champions League. 59 in La Liga. 5 in the Copa del Rey. 12 for Argentina. 9 hat-tricks. 22 multi-goal games. It wasn't normal. It wasn't fair. It was Messi on career mode, but in real life. And while defenders suffered, critics still had their doubts. They called him a system player. Pep's puppet, dependent on Xavi, Iniesta, the structure. So when Guardiola left in 2012, people waited. Waited for Messi to fall. He didn't. Over the next 2 seasons, he scored over 100 goals. But Barcelona faltered. They lost their rhythm. And Messi was now carrying more than just expectations. He was carrying an identity crisis. In 2014, everything changed. Enter the 3-headed monster. Messi, Suarez, Neymar. Together, they became MSN, the most fearsome front 3 football had ever seen. Suarez through the middle. Neymar on the left. And Messi? Messi returned to the right wing, but this time as the controller of chaos. He wasn't just the scorer anymore. He was the provider, the dictator, the brain. Every time MSN stepped on the pitch, the result felt inevitable. It wasn't a question of if they would score, it was how many. In 2014-15 alone, The trio combined for 122 goals and 64 assists. Messi scored 58 and created 28. He also created 143 chances, an insane number for a forward. The Champions League run was iconic. They took out the champions of England, France, Germany, and Italy, back to back. Manchester City, PSG, Bayern Munich, Juventus. Every European powerhouse, crushed. And that goal against Bayern? The moment Messi made Boateng fall like a felled oak? That wasn't just a viral moment. It was a signature. Messi wasn't just dribbling for fun. He was dismantling defensive reputations with every shimmy. And yet, for all their brilliance, MSN posed a problem. Messi was now seen as part of something greater, not the something. Pundits started saying, he needs Neymar and Suarez. He's not solo anymore. But Messi was doing more than scoring. He was balancing egos, dropping into midfield, managing tempo, and still finishing with jaw-dropping numbers. From 2014 to 2017, MSN scored 364 goals together. But it always started with Messi. He was the brain in a team full of chaos. He was the axis. The spark. And once again, he evolved. Barcelona had changed. Xavi and Iniesta were gone. Neymar had left. Suarez was aging. Now, Messi stood alone. As club captain. As leader. As savior. And somehow, he delivered his most complete individual season. 50 games. 51 goals. 19 assists. 8 free kicks. 4 hat-tricks. La Liga title? Secured. Spanish Super Cup? Won. European Golden Shoe? Claimed. FIFA's best player? Check. In the Champions League, Messi dragged Barcelona to the semi-finals. He scored twice in the first leg against Liverpool. One of them, a 30-yard free kick that made time stop. But then came Anfield. A 3-0 lead evaporated. Barcelona collapsed. Again. The treble dream died. Messi's tears told the story. But make no mistake, this season was proof. Messi didn't need superstars. He was the system. He was the leader. He was everything. International failure haunted Messi. Final after final. So close, yet never enough. Until 2021. Argentina win Copa America. Messi lifts the trophy. Tears. Joy. Validation. Then, the World Cup. Qatar 2022. Messi, age 35. Critics questioned his stamina. His age. His legs. But Messi didn't need speed anymore. He had something better, wisdom. Every touch broke lines. Every pass cut through defenses. He didn't run the game. He bent it. In the final, he scored twice. Mbappé struck back with a hat-trick. It went to penalties. And when Gonzalo Montiel scored, history was written. Messi, world champion. The circle was complete. 1,095 games. 858 goals. 381 assists. 43 trophies. 8 Ballon d'Ors. But numbers don't tell the full story. Messi didn't just peak once. He peaked 4 times. A false 9. A goal machine. A chaos controller. A magician. He didn't have a prime. He was the prime. Again. And again. And again. There will never be another Lionel Messi. Because Messi completed the game.